Inviting the divine presence into every aspect of our lives is not merely a religious practice, it is an invitation to experience the boundless love, guidance, and support of a higher power in every situation we encounter. Whether we are facing moments of joy, sorrow, uncertainty, or triumph, inviting God into our hearts and minds can provide us with the strength, clarity, and peace we need to navigate life's journey with grace and resilience. Imagine waking up each morning and greeting the day with a prayer, inviting God to walk beside you as you navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. As you go about your daily tasks, whether at work, at home, or in your community, imagine inviting God to guide your thoughts, words, and actions, so that you may be a vessel of love, compassion, and kindness in the world. In times of joy and celebration, invite God to share in your happiness, giving thanks for the blessings you have received and recognizing the divine hand that guides and sustains you. In moments of sorrow and grief, invite God to wrap you in His loving embrace, offering solace, comfort, and strength to endure the pain and find hope in the midst of despair. When faced with difficult decisions or challenges, invite God to illuminate your path, trusting in His wisdom and guidance to lead you towards the best possible outcome. And when you experience moments of success and triumph, invite God to celebrate with you, acknowledging that all good things come from His grace and generosity. Inviting God into our lives is not about seeking perfection or avoiding hardship, it is about cultivating a deep and abiding relationship with the divine, rooted in faith, trust, and surrender. It is about recognizing that we are never alone, that God is always with us, offering His love, support, and guidance every step of the way. So, let us open our hearts and minds to the presence of God in our lives, inviting Him to walk beside us, to comfort us in times of need, to celebrate with us in times of joy, and to guide us on our journey towards wholeness, fulfillment, and spiritual awakening. For when we invite God into every situation of our lives, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities of divine grace and blessings, transforming our ordinary moments into sacred encounters and our lives into a living expression of God's love and presence. As we continue to invite the presence of God into every situation of our lives, we deepen our connection to the divine and strengthen our faith in His infinite power and wisdom. With each prayer, each moment of surrender, and each act of devotion, we reaffirm our belief that God is not just a distant deity to be worshipped from afar but a loving companion who walks beside us, guiding us through the ups and downs of life's journey. Inviting God into our lives also fosters a sense of unity and community, as we recognize that we are all beloved children of the same divine Creator. When we gather together in prayer, worship, and service, we amplify the power of our collective faith and create a sacred space where all are welcome, regardless of race, religion, or background. In this sacred space, we find strength in our shared humanity and comfort in knowing that we are never alone on our spiritual path. Moreover, inviting God into every situation of our lives empowers us to transcend our own limitations and tap into the limitless potential of divine grace. When we surrender our fears, doubts, and insecurities to God, we open ourselves to His transformative power, allowing Him to work miracles in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Through faith and prayer, we become co-creators with God, manifesting His love, compassion, and healing in the world. But perhaps most importantly, inviting God into our lives brings us a deep and abiding sense of peace and joy that surpasses all understanding. In the midst of life's storms and challenges, we find refuge in the shelter of God's presence, knowing that He is always there to comfort us, strengthen us, and guide us through the darkest of nights. And in moments of quiet contemplation and reflection, we experience the profound joy of communion with the divine, as we bask in the light of God's love and grace. So let us continue to invite God into every situation of our lives, with open hearts and minds, trusting in His unfailing love and wisdom to sustain us, inspire us, and lead us towards a deeper and more meaningful relationship with Him. For in the presence of God, we find the courage to face our fears, the strength to overcome our obstacles, and the grace to embrace each moment with faith, hope, and love. Amen. In our journey of inviting God into every situation of our lives, we must also remember to cultivate a spirit of gratitude and thanksgiving. Even in the midst of trials and tribulations, there is always something to be grateful for, whether it's the love of family and friends, the beauty of nature, or the simple joys of everyday life. By acknowledging and appreciating the blessings that God has bestowed upon us, we open ourselves to receive even more abundance and grace. Furthermore, inviting God into our lives requires a willingness to surrender our own will and desires to His divine plan. This does not mean giving up our autonomy or free will, but rather aligning our hearts and minds with God's higher purpose for our lives. When we let go of our attachment to outcomes and trust in God's timing and wisdom, we allow Him to work miracles in ways that we could never have imagined. In times of uncertainty and doubt, it can be tempting to rely solely on our own strength and understanding. However, when we invite God into our lives, we gain access to a source of wisdom and guidance that far surpasses our own limited perspective. Through prayer, meditation, and quiet reflection, we can tune into the still, small voice of God within us, guiding us towards the path of righteousness and truth. Finally, inviting God into every situation of our lives is not just a one-time event, but an ongoing practice that requires dedication, commitment, and perseverance. Just as we nourish our bodies with food and exercise, so too must we nourish our souls with prayer, worship, and spiritual practice. By making God the center of our lives and the source of our strength, we can experience a deep and lasting sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that transcends all earthly pleasures and pursuits. So let us continue to invite God into every situation of our lives, with humility, gratitude, and faith, knowing that He is always there to guide, protect, and bless us. And may we walk each step of our journey with confidence and grace, knowing that with God by our side, all things are possible. Amen. As we continue to invite God into every situation of our lives, we also invite His divine wisdom to illuminate our path and His unconditional love to fill our hearts. Through this ongoing practice, we cultivate a deeper sense of intimacy with the divine and a greater awareness of His presence in every aspect of our being. In times of struggle and adversity, when the burdens of life weigh heavy upon us, it is easy to feel alone and abandoned. Yet, when we invite God into our struggles, we discover that we are never truly alone, for He is with us always, offering His strength and comfort to sustain us through even the darkest of times. Moreover, as we invite God into our daily lives, we become more attuned to the needs of others and more compassionate towards their struggles and suffering. We recognize that we are all interconnected as children of God, and that by extending His love and grace to those around us, we can help to alleviate their pain and bring healing and wholeness to their lives. Inviting God into every situation of our lives also empowers us to live with greater purpose and meaning. Instead of being driven by selfish desires or worldly ambitions, we align our will with God's divine plan for our lives, seeking to serve others and make a positive impact in the world. In doing so, we find fulfillment not in the pursuit of material wealth or status, but in the knowledge that we are fulfilling our true purpose as beloved children of God. In conclusion, inviting God into every situation of our lives is not just a religious ritual, but a transformative practice that has the power to bring healing, wholeness, and abundance into our lives. By opening our hearts and minds to the presence of the divine, we invite His love, wisdom, and guidance to guide us on our journey towards spiritual awakening and fulfillment. And in so doing, we discover that God is not just a distant deity to be worshipped from afar, but a loving companion who walks beside us, every step of the way. Amen. As we continue to invite God into every situation of our lives, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Through prayer, meditation, and reflection, we deepen our connection to the divine and uncover hidden truths about ourselves and the world around us. Inviting God into our lives also requires us to cultivate a spirit of humility and surrender, recognizing that we are not the masters of our own fate, but rather co-creators with the divine. When we surrender our ego and desires to God's will, we open ourselves to His infinite wisdom and guidance, allowing Him to work through us in miraculous ways. Furthermore, inviting God into every situation of our lives invites us to live with greater intentionality and mindfulness. Instead of being swept away by the busyness and distractions of daily life, we pause to seek God's presence in every moment, finding joy and fulfillment in the simple act of being present with Him. Moreover, inviting God into our lives fosters a sense of gratitude and abundance, as we recognize the countless blessings that surround us each day. Instead of focusing on what we lack or what we wish we had, we shift our perspective to see the abundance of God's love and provision in every aspect of our lives. In times of doubt and uncertainty, when the path ahead seems unclear, we can take comfort in the knowledge that God is always with us, guiding us with His gentle hand and leading us towards the light. With God as our constant companion and guide, we can face any challenge with courage and resilience, knowing that He will never leave us nor forsake us. In conclusion, inviting God into every situation of our lives is a transformative practice that brings us closer to the divine and enriches every aspect of our being. Through prayer, surrender, and mindfulness, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities of God's grace and blessings, allowing His love to flow through us and into the world. And in so doing, we discover that God is not just a distant deity to be worshipped, but a loving presence that dwells within us, guiding us on our journey towards wholeness and spiritual fulfillment. Amen. As we continue to invite God into every situation of our lives, we also embrace the beauty of divine timing and providence. Often, we may find ourselves impatient, wishing for immediate answers or solutions to our problems. However, when we surrender to God's timing, we learn to trust in His perfect plan and timing for our lives. We understand that what may seem like a delay or setback is actually an opportunity for growth, learning, and preparation. Inviting God into our lives also enables us to cultivate a spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation. In moments of conflict or strife, instead of holding on to resentment or anger, we turn to God for guidance and strength to forgive those who have wronged us and seek reconciliation with our fellow human beings. Through His grace, we find the courage to let go of past hurts and wounds, and embrace a future filled with love, compassion, and understanding. Moreover, inviting God into every situation of our lives empowers us to live with a sense of purpose and mission. We recognize that we are called to be agents of His love and grace in the world, and that every interaction, every decision, and every action we take has the potential to bring glory to His name. With this awareness, we approach each day with a renewed sense of dedication and commitment to serving others and making a positive impact in the world. In times of despair and hopelessness, when we feel overwhelmed by the challenges of life, we can take solace in the knowledge that God is always there to lift us up and carry us through the storm. With His strength and grace, we find the resilience to persevere in the face of adversity, and the faith to believe that better days are ahead. In conclusion, inviting God into every situation of our lives is a transformative practice that brings us closer to the divine and empowers us to live with greater faith, purpose, and resilience. Through prayer, surrender, and trust, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities of God's love and guidance, allowing His light to shine brightly through us and illuminate the world around us. And in so doing, we discover that with God by our side, we are truly capable of overcoming any obstacle and achieving our highest potential. Amen. As we continue to invite God into every situation of our lives, we also embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. Through prayer, meditation, and reflection, we delve deep into the depths of our souls, uncovering hidden truths, and unlocking the full potential of our being. Inviting God into our lives requires us to relinquish control and surrender to His divine will. It means letting go of our own desires and ambitions, and trusting in His plan for our lives. This act of surrender is not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of faith and humility, acknowledging that God's wisdom far surpasses our own. Furthermore, inviting God into every situation of our lives empowers us to live with greater courage and conviction. Instead of succumbing to fear or doubt, we draw strength from the knowledge that God is with us, guiding and protecting us every step of the way. With His presence as our constant companion, we find the courage to face life's challenges head-on, knowing that we are never alone. Inviting God into our lives also fosters a sense of peace and serenity that transcends understanding. In the midst of chaos and turmoil, we find solace in His presence, knowing that He is our refuge and our strength. With His peace in our hearts, we are able to navigate life's storms with grace and resilience, trusting in His unfailing love to carry us through. Moreover, inviting God into every situation of our lives enables us to cultivate a spirit of compassion and empathy towards others. When we see the world through God's eyes, we are moved to extend His love and grace to those around us, regardless of their background or circumstances. With His love as our guiding light, we become vessels of His healing and reconciliation, bringing hope and restoration to a broken world. In conclusion, inviting God into every situation of our lives is not just a religious practice, but a transformative way of living. It is a journey of faith and surrender, of courage and compassion, of peace and serenity. As we open our hearts to His presence, we discover the true richness and abundance of life, and we find ourselves walking in step with the divine, every moment of every day. Amen. Inviting the divine into every situation of our lives is not merely a religious practice, it is a profound invitation to experience the love, guidance, and support of a higher power in every moment. Through prayer, surrender, and trust, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities of God's grace and blessings, transforming our ordinary moments into sacred encounters and our lives into a living expression of His love and presence. As we continue on this journey of inviting God into every aspect of our being, may we find comfort in His presence, strength in His guidance, and peace in His love. May we walk each step of our journey with confidence and grace, knowing that with God by our side, all things are possible. And may we become beacons of His light and love, shining brightly in a world that so desperately needs His healing and grace. Amen.